Hi, second grade owls at home. It's Miss Webb, your music teacher, back with another video for you. And I would like to play you a mystery song. Let me know if you know it. Anybody know it? What was it? Oh, you're right. It was Old MacDonald. So, in the season of Halloween and fall and autumn and apple picking and spooky season, as some people call it, we do a lot of things inside and a lot of things outside. Some people go on to a hayride. Some people go apple picking in an orchard. I would like for you to tell me in a little video what your favorite thing to do during the fall is. I will start. I really love decorating my house for Halloween, and I also love decorating my classroom for Halloween. So those are two of my favorite things. I also like to go apple picking, but it's been a while since I've done that. And the weather's been so nice. It's been, more like pool weather sometimes, right? Well, anyway, another thing I want to talk to you about is ghosts. This ghost's name is Leo. And the book, it was written by Mac Barnett, and the pictures are by Christian Robinson. This is Leo. Most people cannot see him. But you can. Leo is a ghost. For many years, Leo lived by himself in a house on the edge of the city, reading books and drawing pictures in the dust. One day in spring, a family moved in. Leo was glad to have company. On the family's first night, he made them mint tea and honey toast. He thought he was being a good host, but the family saw things differently. Do you guys think they were glad to have that? No, they were scared. They didn't know what to think. They hid in the bathroom and locked the door. "This house is haunted," said the man. "Gary, I'm scared," said the woman. "I hate tea," said the boy, "and I hate ghosts." They did not know that Leo was floating above the tub. He heard everything they said. The family called in a scientist, a clergyman, and a psychic to get rid of the ghost. But they should have saved their money, for you see, Leo knew he was unwanted. He said goodbye to his home and he left. I have been a house ghost all my life, Leo thought. Maybe I would like to be a roaming ghost for a while. So Leo roamed. And second grade friends, if you're roaming, that means you don't stay in one place. You move from place to place. Leo saw the city and the people who lived there. Nobody saw Leo. The city was not like Leo remembered it. Some places were wonderful. Some places were scary, though. Everywhere was so noisy. Leo went to a street corner where his favorite candy store used to be. Now nothing was there. "Excuse me," he asked a police officer. "Do you know where?" The officer walked right through him. There was an afternoon when Leo found himself roaming along a sidewalk covered in drawings. He came across a girl holding chalk in her hand. The girl looked up and stared right at Leo. "I'm Jane," she said. "What's your name?" It was so strange to be looked at that at first Leo said nothing. Finally, he replied, "I'm Leo." Jane nodded. "Leo, do you want to play Knights of the Round Table? Yes, Leo said, because he did. Good, said Jane. First, you have to get knighted by the king. Who is the king? Leo asked. I am, said Jane. That's why I'm wearing this crown on my head. Leo looked at her head. He did not see a crown. Still, he kneeled down and was knighted on the spot. So she took her pretend sword, and on each shoulder, I think it's a stick, she said a little blessing to him and said that he had certain special powers. That's what it means to be knighted. It's a big honor to be knighted. Leo and Jane sat at a table. Sit, Leo, she said. Sir Leo, Jane said, meet Sir Ruffs, a loyal dog. Don't you think he looks handsome in his armor? Yes, said Leo. He bowed at an empty chair. And Sir Leo, said Jane, this is Sir Muse, a loyal cat. Don't you find his whiskers wise-looking? I do, said Leo, and he bowed again. And finally, said Jane, this is Sir Squawks. Leo interrupted, a loyal bird. Jane frowned. No, she said. Sir Squawks is a giant hamster. Oh, said Leo. I'm not wearing my glasses. Jane squinted at the chair. I guess, she said. Jane, a woman's voice came from another room. Tell your imaginary friends goodbye and come down to dinner. Fine, said Jane. She turned to Leo. My mom doesn't think imaginary friends are worthwhile, but I think you're great. And with that, she stood up and went to the kitchen. Leo felt awful. She thinks I am imaginary, he thought. If I tell her I am a ghost, will I scare her away? After dinner, Jane returned to her room, and she gave Leo a sword. They snuck into a cave, slew a dragon, and stole all of his loot. When Leo closed his eyes, he could almost see the gold coins and green scales. After a glorious feast, it was time for bed. Jane gave Leo a pillow and a sheet. Don't tell Sir Ruff, she said, but you are my best imaginary friend. Yes, said Leo. He was so happy he couldn't even sleep. Leo went to the living room so he wouldn't wake Jane with all his rustling. At night, he lay on the floor designing his coat of arms. So, Leo was awake when a sneak thief climbed in through the window. Halt, cried Leo, but the thief passed through him on his way to the silverware. Later, Leo would not be able to say where the idea came from. He threw the bedsheet over himself and flew at the thief, who was so frightened he dropped all of the salad forks. Leo chased the man into a closet and then slammed the door shut and locked him inside. It was very well done. The sound of the door woke Jane, who called the police and roused her mother. A squad car came and hauled the man off to jail. That was that. Thanks, said Jane. You're welcome, said Leo. I'm so glad I could help. But Leo, said Jane, if you're my imaginary friend, how did you scare those robbers? Leo looked down at the carpet. Jane, I told you a lie. I am a ghost. I said I was your imaginary friend, but I'm not. I'm just your real friend. Oh, said Jane. Well, that's even better. And they went to the kitchen to have mint tea and honey toast at midnight. The back says, most people cannot see ghosts. Can you? I can't, but that reminds me of seesaw up and down in the sky and on the ground.